Hello and welcome to our webinar. Tonight we're going to be covering the 7 deadliest sins that entrepreneurs make that keep them broke. I'm Terilee Harrison. I'm here with Brian Kelly, and we're really excited about getting this message out, aren't we?
Absolutely, yes.
You know, so many entrepreneurs find that they are broke and they don't know what to do about it, and we try so hard. And so tonight we have some very valuable information to share with you. So let's start by allowing you to get to know us just a little bit better. As we move forward, I want to invite you to stay with us. We know your time is valuable, and so just want to remind you that if you stay to the very end, we're going to have a gift to offer you. So stick it out. I know that you'll be glad that you did. So who am I? That's a great question. Who is Terilee Harrison? So I have been working with entrepreneurs for over 10 years. I'm a transformational leader. I'm an author. Brian, this year I'm up to 5 books.
That's crazy.
I can't believe it. I
That's
can't
awesome.
believe it. I'm a professional speaker. I love speaking to entrepreneurs. I'm the CEO of Terilee Harrison International, a professional and personal development company. And I've been with Team Referral Network for 9 years. I'm a franchise owner in the Antelope Valley up north of Los Angeles. And so how many of you would like to get to know Brian Kelly? It's been my honor to know you. It's been about a year, right?
It has. It's
been
crazy.
We were introduced through networking. He was referred to me. That's probably no accident. And so it's just been a real honor to get to know you. So Brian is on faculty at Success Academy. He's a trainer of the Entrepreneur Revolution. You can see in the picture there on the slide is Mel Cutler. He is the founder of Success Academy. He has mentored Brian for over 3 years, and I know made a big impact in Brian's life. Brian is a certified master NLP trainer, a certified personal trainer. He's the founder of Global Fitness Club, and he too is an author and speaker. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Well, I don't have it in front of me here, but yeah, I was part of a collaborative effort where multiple authors got together and wrote a book. I wish I had it in front of me because it has a nice provocative cover. But that's just something, that's one of the lessons we teach down the road, one of our other masterminds, where you can easily become an author just by simply getting together with another group of people and writing the book together. And that has become a very powerful thing. I'm also in the midst of writing I can call it my second book.
Okay.
And I'm excited about getting that done as well.
We're here to empower you that if you're someone who wants to write books, you can do it. If we can do it, you can do it. He's also effective at helping entrepreneurs achieve peak physical and mental performance, something that we all would love to do. So Brian, we got to see a picture of Mel. Can you tell us who Mel Cutler is?
Yeah, he's an amazing young man, very young, very established, very experienced, very brilliant, amazing guy. He's a serial entrepreneur, and he's been through it. He's spent over a decade, going on 12 years now, of learning the ins and outs of entrepreneurship and how to become successful. And over that course of time, he learned what not to do and what to do. And that's part of what we'll be covering tonight. But again, like you said, I've been with Mel, working with him side by side on his stages as one of his lead trainers now, and I've learned an immense amount of wisdom from this gentleman that has literally, and I'm not a drama person, it has literally changed my life, Terilee. What this man teaches, and he's the first to say that this isn't all his material. He just takes what he's learned from different resources and pulls them together in a way that makes it work. He gets the results. He has the results that I want and that others want. And that's the keys. When you're looking for a mentor, somebody to follow, to be coached by, is to find that person that has achieved the results that you desire. That's very important. That's something I learned over a course of too many years.
That's a very valuable lesson because we're all looking for a mentor, right? Yeah. So a very valuable lesson. So let's see if we hit all our points here on Mel.
Yeah, he's an author of a phenomenal new book called The Big Boom. And if you're looking on the lower right-hand corner of your screen, this little bitty guy, Big Boom book, we'll make that bigger later. It's a breakthrough, wonderful book. A lot of just incredible reviews. I've read it multiple times. Highly recommend you pick this up. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. He's also founded 6 companies. 2 of them have gone 7 figures. So for those of you that aren't into math, that's over $1 million. In the millions. He's also sold and bought companies. So he's really an entrepreneur's entrepreneur and someone I want to model after when it comes to becoming successful and being successful. And it's not just about maintaining success or achieving success. I just gave it away. It's about maintaining success.
Oh, for sure.
Because many people can acquire wealth and money and they deem that a success. And a lot of those people will self-sabotage if they don't know how to manage that money. If they don't know the proper ways to manage their money instead of just throw it all away over the course of time. So he knows how to do that. He's got, the trifecta. He's got it all. He knows the ins and outs. Is he perfect? No one is. But in my walk with many entrepreneurs, prominent seminar leaders, speakers, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, I've been in the midst of many of their presence, worked for some of them, with them, running microphones, seeing them behind the curtain. Mel is one of the highest integrity individuals I've ever met in this field and in my life, not just in this field.
That's amazing.
So, he's also the founder of Success Academy, which is a company that is based on what they do is train entrepreneurs in things we're talking about right now. In fact, the 7 Deadliest Sins is something we train through a 2-day course, and we're gonna just shrink that down. Yeah, good. We're gonna shrink that down in just about an hour, but that 2-day course is, as you see on the screen, Entrepreneur Revolution live events, a signature event. Many entrepreneurs have come through the doors, thousands of entrepreneurs. Lives are changed. It's an amazing event. We have another one coming up soon. We'll talk about that too. It's in March. This is 2016 for those of you watching maybe later after we record this. But he's an amazing gentleman.
Well, I've been to some of these, and I think that the community is amazing. I think what they teach is amazing. The people you meet is amazing, and it truly helps transform your life and your business.
Yeah.
All of it, the whole package.
Yeah. Terilee, by the way, just so you all know, Terilee has met Mel. You didn't know him from day one. I mean, we met a year ago, and for 7 months or so of that, you never had met him. You just heard about him a lot.
Yes.
And then you met him. And here's the thing for you to understand out there watching who this woman is and the power, the integrity she has, the talent she has. Mel does not put anybody on his stage. He does not just anybody. Last Entrepreneur Revolution, it was an epic event. Oh,
for sure.
He asked Terilee to speak at that event. That speaks volumes because I know Mel, and he's very particular in who he puts on his stage. So I just want you to know this person interviewing me is an amazing entrepreneur in her own right.
Well, thank you. I feel the same about you, for sure. So let's dive in a little bit with what Success Academy is, just a little more.
Okay, we mentioned what Success Academy was. It is mentorship by experts. Mel has surrounded himself with experts and trained other entrepreneurs to do the same that he does. That's one of his visions, is to take this concept of teaching entrepreneurs and move it around the country and then go international with it as well. And in order to do that, he needs to train people to be able to do that because he can't be everywhere at all times.
No.
It's about continuing education. A lot of people have a conception or a misconception that if you achieve a certain level of success, you don't have to learn anymore. You don't have to go to seminars. You don't have to continue to build. I can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the fruits of my labor. And nothing could be further from the truth. And I love that about Mel. He's an example to follow because every year he and his wife Kate set aside a budget. And they utilize that budget, and they go to different workshops and seminars, continually learning, growing, raising the bar. And as he learns even more breakthrough techniques and skills, he shares them with us, us all, meaning everyone, entrepreneurs that come to the live events. So it's phenomenal. It is a community. You mentioned it earlier, and you've been there now. You've now experienced it, and I love that because it's like having a second family. You feel at home. It's amazing. So any of you, for any of you watching that have not been to an Entrepreneur Revolution live event, would you recommend they go, Terilee?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, vibrant community of like-minded individuals who are there in a collaborative environment. It's not a competitive environment, and we are all there to help each other. I'm in the fitness industry. I can't tell you how many fitness individuals have come through the doors of Success Academy, Entrepreneur Revolution. I can't wait to help them to be successful. Can't wait, and that's the kind of community that Mel has built.
It's amazing.
Unconscious to conscious. I love this because one of the most important keys, and we're going to learn that here tonight, is our mindset to your success. One of the most important keys to your success is to have a champion mindset. And I didn't realize this until quite recently, until I met Mel the first time, and that was the unconscious mind is extremely powerful. And I kind of knew that intellectually, but the other thing is you can reprogram your mind for success very quickly. I did not know you could do that. In fact, I was a little leery of it, a little scared of it. But now that I've been through Mel's training, I'm not only not leery of it or scared of it, I'm shouting it from the rooftops everywhere I go. It's an amazing, amazing ride. But once you learn, and you will learn how to reprogram your unconscious mind for success, then that is when you start seeing progress in your business and in your personal life as well. These are the 4 pillars: lifestyle, passion, profits, and contributions. So lifestyle is so that you can live the lifestyle that you desire. Not that someone else, maybe a corporation has levied upon you by the fact that you've chosen to work for someone else. As an entrepreneur, you can live the lifestyle of your dreams. Passion, so you can take your passion and make it a business if that's your desire and live a passionate life. Profits, is it okay if we make money?
I think so.
I mean, there are actually some people that think that making money is almost sinful, right?
Yeah, there are.
There are. And actually, part of that was a little bit of that in me before I went through all this. It was like, I felt a little guilty by asking someone for money. That was a big one. And that's very common, by the way. And now that I'm over that, well over that, and I've learned that profits are very good. It's not just for you. That's the key. What can you do with these profits? Well, it's up there as one of the 4 pillars is contribute. It could be contribution through your finances or through your time. Because when you make profits, you have freed yourself and you have more time. So it all works beautifully. Plus, when you earn profits, potentially, if this is your business model, you can also hire people to work for you, and you're boosting the economy and you're helping them and their families. So it's a great 4-pillar system.
I think it's an amazing 4-pillar system. And what I really love about it is it can be customized and individualized for each entrepreneur, where they are. Yep. So here's what we're ready for.
The drum roll.
The 7 deadliest sins that entrepreneurs make that keep them broke. So I work with a lot of entrepreneurs and have met thousands and over the last few years, and this is such important information. So let's get it out there. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so tell us a little bit. Oh, I love this.
Yeah, Terilee, wouldn't you agree that we create everything in our world? And a lot of people, when that's first said, they think, well, I didn't create this chair. I didn't create this table. That's not what this means. What it means is we have created our current situation, either through our actions or inactions that we have taken through our lives. And so one of the things we're going to go over here through the 7 deadliest sins is show you ways to help you alter how, you created where you are now. And you obviously, if you're watching this, you probably want to be in a better situation or an improved situation. And if that's the case, we will take you through the 7 deadliest sins that will show you how you can change that and recreate a new world going forward. Because what you have today definitely isn't what you need or you're stuck with having for tomorrow.
Oh, we're not stuck with it.
No. And we're here to change that. We're here to help you change that instantly, quickly, fast.
So ready for deadly sin number 1? I sure hope this is the slide. Oh, yes.
It is. Good job. Limiting beliefs. So one of the deadliest sins. So what happened was Mel, over the course of his 10 to 12 years of entrepreneurship, he recognized over that period of time 7 of the biggest, deadliest sins that entrepreneurs make that keep them broke. Now, there are more, of course, but these are the big ones, the major ones. And we thought, that making money was hard, you think, would it be very easy to make much money?
It's good.
Beliefs, and that is basically, if
Hard if that's what you think.
yeah, if that's your true belief, if you think, what if I need to work hard to be successful?
You're going to have to work hard to be successful.
Right, because you have set that as your own belief. If you believe that, then you will most likely achieve that, right? So wouldn't it be better if you could reprogram your mind to then redecide that belief to something, a better choice?
Sounds like it to me.
So it's like this. What if you thought money was the root of all evil?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that miss the root of all kinds of evil, but we won't go into that detail at this moment. But it is still a misnomer. Money is not the root of all evil. This quote, by the way, it's the love of money. In fact, money just magnifies who you already are. So if you're a really bad person, like maybe a terrorist or something like that, and you get a lot of money, then you become an even worse, bigger, badder terrorist. Is that a word, badder?
A badder terrorist.
Now, if you're someone like Mother Teresa was, and then you come into money, guess what that would translate into? So money by itself is not the root of all evil. It's what people do with the money that causes this misnomer. And if that's your belief, we are here to tell you that there's good news. You can change and alter this belief very, very quickly. And this was a common belief before my time.
Mine too, thank goodness.
Well before yours, yes. But what if that was still the belief? I mean, imagine that. What would travel be like today? What would fear levels be like today? And these are just obvious, exaggerations. At the time, they were very serious. But these are exaggerations now of what belief systems used to drive, the human race. They used to think because one person decided, I think it's flat because I can't see beyond the end of the horizon. It's amazing. There's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this limiting belief was also before my time because, however, that being said, that was a belief that we would never walk on the moon. We would never be able to fly up to the moon and do space travel. And now we see, and there's proof that it has been realized. And again, this is all because of what has been in our human minds and what is in our subconscious level programmed into our minds. And if you could just imagine, if you could just shift that. Someone did here, obviously, and said, I believe we can go to the moon and let's get busy and let's get to work and solve it. And so that one shift created an amazing, amazing event, time and time again.
Amazing.
Now this was another one.
Oh, wow.
Your heart will explode if you run a 4-minute mile. Well, many people have done that and their hearts have not exploded, so they're good. So we're just going through some examples to show you. These are, way off the charts. These are not really related to business, as you can imagine, but you get the point. These are beliefs that were widely held that are no longer because they've been proven wrong. And the thing is, think about the beliefs that are going through your mind right now. What beliefs do you have in your mind that are just not getting you the results you need, the results you want, the results you desire? Do you think making money is difficult? I mean, then we need to address that. You need to address that. So instead of all of that, what if you were able to redecide? Let's say you did think money was difficult to come by. How about money comes to me easily and effortlessly? What if you were able to simply redecide at a subconscious level and go through a process that takes maybe 5 minutes and be done with that limiting belief? What would that be worth to you? I mean, Terilee, you've gone through this process. Was it? What was your experience with it?
It's a priceless experience to be able to change that because may I share just a limiting belief that I had was that good help is hard to find. And so in business, if that's your belief that good help is hard to find, do you think you're ever going to find anyone who's actually going to perform well and do well? You end up doing something to it, or they just don't have the skills, and something happens. And so being able to change that belief, all of a sudden I'm attracting amazing people. And so it's been, for me, it's a priceless experience and a more positive just spin on everything, right?
Yes. And because you redecided it, because she did this, and you can do this too. It's very simple, very quick. I remember this when this happened. because when I saw her next, she was a different person, and she already had personal assistants lined up.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes. Yes.
It was
And
instant.
yes. So limiting beliefs are definitely one of the 7 deadliest sins, and we have more than one limiting belief in the beginning, I'm sure. Right? There's always some to work on.
Absolutely, good point. Every one of us, no matter how successful, even Mel, still has limiting beliefs. The key is recognizing that limiting belief and then simply redeciding using techniques and tools that we'll show you at the Live Entrepreneur Revolution event, should you decide to attend, won't you?
Okay, that was deadliest sin number 1. Let's hit number 2.
All right,
Oh
negative emotions.
my, negative emotions, Brian.
Yes, so the number 2, these are in no particular order, but the second deadliest sin that entrepreneurs make is not controlling their negative emotions. There are actually 5 major negative emotions that we all humans have. And if we allow any one of these 5 to hold presence in our lives, in our business, then we're through. You're done. And so one of the things that needs to be done is go through the process of eradicating these negative emotions. Again, this comes from the subconscious level. Consciously, none of us want to have negative emotions. We all want to be happy at all times and not go through any down turns in our lives. The reality is it happens. And what the key is not to absolutely remove these negative emotions from your brain, because you simply can't. It's how you react in spite of these negative emotions. That is what we target. And so there are 5, and let's go through a couple of them real quick. Oh, anger.
Oh.
Yes. Anger. I have a quick story
You
on
should
this.
tell it.
Yeah.
You should tell it.
This is a perfect example because it's actually very specific to business. I have a friend who was working a full-time job, and they have weekly meetings. And in these weekly meetings, he called them beatings, and you'll see why in a minute. His peer group would be with him, his coworkers, manager, and there would be additional people. So those are all physically in the same room, and additional people all coming in through like a webinar type interface, like WebEx, something like that. And so there'd be multiple people on this. And in the process, so it's basically like kind of a status meeting. And in the process, the manager would go down the road and around the room and see what's everybody's updates. And when he came to my friend gave him his answer. And out of nowhere, at least according to him, this manager just went ballistic. He started turning red. His voice got louder and louder. And at one point, he yelled and he said, "Does anyone in here want to try my temper?" And, pin drop. You could hear a pin drop. It was silent. And he said, it took everything in his being not to react and say, "Well, yeah, I'm ready to try it right now because I don't know where that came from and I didn't deserve that." But it was directed at him. And so, you know what happened as a result of that? Immediately after that meeting was finished, my friend went back to his desk and he started looking for a new job. So you can see in that particular instance, in that example, how anger can affect your business life in big ways. And the thing is, after that was over, my friend talked to his colleagues, and over the course of time, found out from several of them, I guess individually, that none of them could figure out the reason why he went ballistic at that moment, which meant and proved to my friend that it wasn't something he said or did. So the thing is, that gentleman, that manager, had issues going on outside or maybe personal, whatever, but he had anger present, and he had it present in a big way, and it impacted his business. It impacts, I'm sure, how that guy feels about him, my friend feels about him going forward a little bit. So yeah, you want to eradicate negative emotions from your subconscious, because that's the kind of impact it can have on you, not just your business, but your personal life. Because business is a relationship, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
That's what it is, especially these days.
Yes.
All right, so anger is one. Sadness, there are 5 major negative emotions. So anger, sadness, guilt,
yes,
hurt, and fear.
Oh.
Yeah. And again, once you don't even recognize these, you will actually experience a process at the Entrepreneur Revolution live event where you will eliminate the most powerful of all 5 of these negative emotions. And that And I'm not going to go into details on that one, but that for me was the biggest game changer of all. This was over 3 years ago when I first went through the process. And since then, being a trainer now and helping people to go through that process as well, leading them through the process, to see the results and the changing of their lives, it's amazing. So let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3,
yes. Mm-hmm.
Creating a foreseeable future. So, how you see yourself today, as how you see yourself in the future right now in your head is really how you're going to end up being. So, if you see yourself not being as successful as you are today, well, guess what? You're going to hit the target you aim for. And this is another subconscious attribute. So, it's a lot like, think about dieting. So, let's go to the next slide on that one.
Yes.
It's a lot like dieting. So, there's a thing called yo-yo dieting, and I'm surprised that not as many people are familiar with that. But what that means is
We know.
we do. I
We
know.
know.
I've asked people, it's crazy.
Okay.
There's fewer people than we think that know.
Okay.
But yo-yo dieting is a great example. So someone is overweight, and this is just a random photo. No one in particular that I know, just for the record, that want to get fit, that want to exercise. So you can eat right, you can exercise, you can do all the right things, and you can get really, really fit and look something like that. The thing is, if in your mind you still see that overweight, lethargic, energy depleted individual, ultimately you end up going back to the very thing you started with. So yes, you can temporarily get out of your current condition and improve it. But if you don't have an absolute compelling foreseeable future, I mean a deep, deep foreseeable future that you are absolutely certain of, and you can visualize it and know that it's going to happen, then you're going to be in for a struggle. And by the way, there are 7 deadliest sins. If you were to just change one of these, and you get it, right?
For sure.
You get it. If you were to just resolve one of them, then your business and your life will change for sure.
Oh, some people do not like to sell.
Yeah, well, you're right.
They don't.
You're right. Why is that?
They feel like they're bothering people. They feel like they are cramming it down their throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, selling to many have connotation just like you described there, where it feels a little dirty, maybe a little underhanded. And the thing is that people now are more transparent than ever. Selling does not occur in the same manner. I should say successful selling does not occur in the same manner as it used to. Not so long ago. I mean, again, we're in a more collaborative environment now. This is globally. And it's more about being transparent, being ethical, and it's about learning the proper skills of selling persuasively. But let's take a look at what some people perceive selling to be.
I think they do. Oh, yeah, they do.
So some people, and this is very common. I mean, if you were to poll people, and I've polled many groups, it's so interesting, Terilee. I'll ask them before I bring that
And they all
photo
say
up.
it.
Every one of them.
Every one
Used
of us.
car salesman, number 1. If we were doing Family Feud, it'd be number 1. So yeah, used car salesman is one of those images that comes to mind when not you, you're savvy entrepreneurs that are watching this. But some people come to this kind of image when they think of selling. Here's another very common one. The door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman.
Yeah.
Now, those of you that are younger may not relate to this one, but I can relate to this one. I remember vividly a vacuum salesman coming to our door when I was a little tight, and my mom answering the door, and the gentleman the door barely cracked open, and his foot was literally across our threshold into our house. Of course, today that would never happen.
You get shot.
It wouldn't work too well.
No.
But again, that's to show and prove that the way selling goes today successfully is vastly different than it used to be yesterday. In fact, it's reverted back to the original way, which was by establishing, let's get past that guy, by establishing rapport, by establishing relationships.
Yes.
Relationships are key, and genuine relationships, not false or fabricated relationships. It's about helping and serving others. And so persuasive selling is really about conveying your value in a congruent way using benefit-driven language. And it's a skill set that can be learned, and it's a skill set we teach at Success Academy. And so, again, this is just one of the 7. If you were to learn nothing else other than how to sell persuasively, which means congruently showing your value that you have to offer and doing it in a benefit-driven language so that it's a win-win, it's congruent. So both they win and you win. And that's how it works today.
Excellent.
I guess we're on number 5 already, huh?
We're number 5.
We're just smoking right on through this. All right.
We are.
Number 5 is one of the things entrepreneurs are falling short of, and that is how to properly manage others. You know, so many entrepreneurs, I've got to admit I'm one of those, try to go it alone. You know, we've all been there, yes? In fact, many of us, you almost have to start by going it alone. The key is, as you're growing your company, is to release that ego and but actually bring in a team. Start with a personal assistant, a virtual assistant like Terilee's already done. She's already well on her way down this path because of this very item she learned at one of our masterminds and during the Entrepreneur Evolution live event. And the key is to to learn how to manage not only others, but even yourself.
Yes.
And there's a great book out. I'm going to change the view here so we can make it a little bigger. We can see it. Let's see that one. Yes. It's called The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. It's considered by many to be the Bible of entrepreneurship. It's been out for quite some time. I was actually very fortunate to meet this gentleman in person. Mel has met him as well. And what he teaches in there is one of the keys to building a successful business is to integrate systems. Systems, according to Michael Gerber, and it makes nothing but sense, help you to leverage the number one resource that all of us have. He helps us to leverage that number one resource so that we can actually step away from the business and not have to be in the business 100% of the time and have it continue to run and make money even while we're not there. And the secret to that is building systems. And the thing is, just Mel's doing this right now. He is literally on a 3-month vacation because he has implemented systems in his business. He's a product of the product. He leads by example.
We want to be like that.
You are like that.
Oh, I am like that.
You're on your way.
I'm on my way.
The thing is, it's a progression. It doesn't happen instantly.
For sure.
Yeah, and you get that. It takes time. The thing is, just knowing that is one of the key ingredients to the recipe for success, right? That is very, very key. So building systems is very key in your business. And once you have that mastered, once you've mastered persuasive selling, once you've corrected your mindset, and we still have a couple more to go, then you are going to see magnificent shifts and changes, not only in your business life. This is what's really, really cool. Look, she's glowing because your personal life also is affected when you go through Success Academy courses. It's amazing. And by the way, I'm not here to sell the courses. However, you can attend it and if you like.
If you like. So let's check out our slide situation. Ready?
Yes.
I know there's more.
Oh, let me give you control back with the mouse.
I like control. So there was that one.
Yeah, I went blazing through it. Smart business systems.
See,
good.
It was me.
No.
Are we ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I needed to catch up.
It's fine. It's all good.
So marketing, some people are not good marketers. We might be good at what we do. That's why we start the business, and so it's good to learn. It's good to learn from experts and be mentored by experts. So tell us about some of the marketing sins.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, marketing is often the biggest, most overlooked aspect of a business, and it's interesting if you were to look at the time that people spend on different aspects of their business, that marketing is often one of the lowest percentages of time that people spend and pour their efforts into. And the thing is, if you were to master marketing, you will never have to worry about money again. Your business will thrive and everything will be just incredible. The thing is it's time to shift our focus as entrepreneurs and business owners more toward learning the skill set of effective marketing. And so what marketing really is simply, it's very simple. It's in a sentence, it's getting more eyeballs to your product or service. That sounds super simple, but it's not easy.
No, but it is the guts of it,
It
if
is.
you will, right? How do
Yeah.
more people find out about you?
And there's so many wonderful different ways that you can market your business, and it will depend on your business, your business model, on the most effective ways. What you will learn is how to apply the skills you acquire to do just that. And once you've applied the marketing skills, Katie bar the door. And it's interesting, again, like with everything else, here's the thing. Too many people, I just have to say this, too many people are in the Instant Gratification Society Club. Is that an acronym? Anyway, we live in an instant society, right? Our food, I hope none of you on this are doing this, but
Oh, none of these people. No.
none of our peeps, no.
No.
But some people will go to fast food restaurants for their dinners on a regular basis, or lunches and breakfast. Boy, I hope that I know it's none of you.
Not these people.
But instant. So a lot of people expect instant gratification. I learned this deeply in the network marketing industry. I was involved in that for decades. I actually co-owned a company for 6 years in that arena. And the thing that came up over and over again was the way it was marketed. People came to believe all they had to do was sign up, and then all the work would be done for them. And it was instant gratification. And how many have become successful in that or any other business venture they've embarked on? It's
Not
very
instantly.
few. Because up here, they're thinking, this is going to be a cakewalk. They've done everything for me. It's all automated. And then we take that mentality into, some of us, not you, into our own business that we're doing on our own, and apply the same mentality and thinking, all I have to do is get this one membership plugin or this membership website, build a website, and they will come, thinking it's going to be easy peasy. And I'm here to tell you, it takes work. The key is just knowing, this is the key. Do you want the key? This
Yes,
is the key
the key.
to all of it.
We're ready.
The key is that success. I already mentioned it once. I gave a hint. Success. There is a recipe for success. The key is knowing what a successful recipe is and where to find it. And I've been searching for most of my life, trying to figure out the absolute step-by-step process by which I can achieve the results that I see others. And that's what happened when I met Mel. He has the results I want. We already talked about that. He has a recipe, step by step by step. All you have to do is follow it. And I've seen incredible advances in my own life, in my business life. I'm on stage now averaging 4 times a month speaking. I wasn't doing any of that before. Terilee, your business is taking off. You have personal assistants now running the day-to-day. You're out everywhere. I see you all over Facebook. I love it. And notice something else. She's always having fun with her family. She takes time. She has great balance in her life. That's key too. That's for another webinar.
Yes, let's do that webinar. That's good. Let's see what everything is.
Yeah.
Look what I did.
Oh, I forgot. So on that one, again, to reiterate the point, how important marketing is, everything is marketing, and what I like to do is pencil in. And marketing is everything.
Yes.
It is that important. So if you're spending your time, doing the books or doing support or writing emails, yes, some of that's important, but spend less time on that, shift it around, put the majority of your time into your marketing efforts, your time and your money. It does take investment to do it properly. But just knowing that going in, at least you know what the playing field is.
Yes, important.
Yeah, marketing, of course, will lead to sales, and that in turn leads to growth in your business. And you want to know how to grow your business in an intelligent way. Again, by implementing systems, that's how you properly grow a business, like Terilee is already doing now with her business. She's seen. Do you feel a little bit liberated now that you have somebody doing the day-to-day grind that you used to do?
I feel very liberated.
And that's just the beginning, just the beginning. It's just going to get better and better. You'll still incur challenges. It's not a perfect, nothing is going to be, in fact, you're going to have to work, okay? We're just going to tell you, you have to work. The thing is just knowing that you have the right recipe to work toward. That makes all the difference. It's what made all the difference for me. You know, I was spinning my wheels for years and years and years thinking I could do it all by myself. No coaching, no mentoring, never listening to anybody that did it already. You know, I could read all the books till the heavens come home, but I'm going to do it my way. Once I finally grasped onto someone that had that recipe, then amazing things have been happening, and it just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. I'm
exciting.
51, and I feel like it's the beginning of the rest of my life.
What a great place to be.
Yes, I feel invigorated and happy.
That's good. That's awesome.
And you can too. It's not about me. This is about you. So all of this, how can you take this and integrate it? And don't forget, we have a free gift for you coming up very, very soon. Very soon. The big number 7.
I love massive action.
You do.
Don't, yeah. He'll say, hey, should we do this? I'm like, when? So it's a good place to be, is in massive action.
And see, that was telling. There's a lot behind that. So what she's saying is, we wanted to do this webinar, for instance. And I asked her, Terilee, would you mind doing this webinar with me? Would you interview me? You're an expert. I would love to have you interview me. And without hesitation, I mean none. Okay, sure. When? I'm like, wow. And I knew that. I knew that about you already, but that's how she operates, because she is an action taker. One of the biggest sins that entrepreneurs make is not taking massive and immediate action. There should be the word immediate there as well, because if you delay, the odds of you taking that action at all grow slimmer and slimmer over time. And the thing is to basically retrain your neurology into taking massive and immediate action. If you know it's good, if it feels good, if you know it's going to help in your business, if there's a book out there that you need to read, if there's a seminar you need to go to, if there's a mentor or a coach you need to hire, and you know that that's good for you, then rather than go through the paralysis by analysis or the negative self-talk, the best thing to do is just to say,
yes, when.
Right. And the thing is, this was one of my biggest, deadliest sins personally, because I used to be one of those paralysis by analysis people, because engineer background, no excuses. No longer. In fact, right after one of, the very first Entrepreneur Revolution live event that I attended over 3 years ago, after the mindset, day one, by the way, in Entrepreneur Revolution is set up just like Mel would set up any business. Day one is all about mindset. It's about everything we talked about, the first 4 deadliest sins. You can backtrack on your video later and find and remember what those are. But all of day one is about mindset, and that's key. An entire day. Because how many seminars, have you been to a lot of seminars before?
A lot of seminars.
How many of them spent that amount of time concentrating on, not just concentrating on, but having you experience going through the shifts in the mindset arena?
Well, they're not usually about that. That's about sales. And so it's sales from the first moment on.
Yes.
And so you're not dealing with yourself and what you're bringing to the table. So it's important that we're able to work on ourselves.
Yeah. And the key is mindset is the key, not just to business, but all of life. You know, it took me about 48 years to finally get that through my thick skull. I'm now 51, so about 3 years ago, I finally got it. Thank you, Mel. And it's been a life changer. So the thing is, by changing my mindset, and I've seen it in you, by changing your mindset from a subconscious level, and you were a lot like that when I first met you already. She's always been an action taker, just instantly. And it can take you into places of discomfort. Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when you feel that discomfort, let's say you're at a seminar or a workshop, and let's say there is a product or service for sale that costs money. They all do, right? Let's say it costs for you, perceivably, a lot of money. And you know it's good for you. You want it. It's like, my gosh, I have to have this. This is going to change my life. But making that decision to actually pull the trigger and put down that money, because you might have a spouse that you're worried about what their reaction is going to be. So many things can go through your head. The thing is, after going through this process that you go through on day one, that's no longer an issue. You just say yes. I've done it countless times since then. Every single time. I'm still alive. Nothing happened. I'm still married to a wonderful, beautiful woman who's actually upstairs at this very moment. everything worked out. Not only did it not go bad, it went phenomenally well. Every time I stepped out off that cliff and just jumped, when it got uncomfortable. See, when you get uncomfortable, that's when you know you're in the right place. That's when you know the answer is yes. If it costs too much for you, that's the very reason you need to say yes, which is a difficult one to swallow in the beginning. Do it the first time and then practice it, and you'll go, okay, I get it. I finally get it.
I think that what I've learned is that every time I say yes, and if it's something new, like I haven't done something like this, but I've done podcasts and different things. But if you just step out, try, you're just going to find, oh, I did that. That was great. And what if today is 100% rock star, awesome. And if it's a little whatever, you learn. And so, but some of that comes too from enrolling in things, being mentored, growing, so we want to encourage you to be like us, and when you need to say yes. And I think you're going to find that you have a different year as an entrepreneur coming up, right?
2016, bring it on.
This is it. Yes. 2016, we're excited.
It's a lot like the analogy of a ship. If it's moving, you can steer it. So if it's actually moving in the wrong direction, at least you can right that direction because you learned from a mistake. If you're sitting still and doing nothing, that means deciding that you're not going to go forward, deciding on the word no. Well, you're going to sit stagnant. Well, you can't steer that ship. You can't turn it. It needs current to turn. The same thing happens here. If you don't take action immediately, then you're just going to be that ship floating aimlessly out in the water until you decide, like you will, to begin taking massive and immediate action. So go with your instincts and say, you know what? I know this will be good for me, and just say
yes.
There you go.
So I think we've reached the point in our webinar when we have something very important. Yes.
Yes, we do. And this is something that Mel has allowed me to do for you. It's a phenomenal free gift. Go ahead and hit the next. What Mel would like to do is offer you a free copy. Let me switch this over real quick. We'll switch back in a sec. A free copy of his new book called The Big Boom. It is an amazing book. What I like to call it is the Entrepreneur Revolution live event in book form. It's got a lot of the content and things that you'll learn in that event. And what I love to do and tell people to do is pick this book up, read it, and then attend the live event, because then you'll be that much more prepared and know. You'll just absorb it at a much deeper level, because it's just like reading a book. If you've ever read a book more than once, have you ever read a book more than once?
Yeah.
So the second time you read it, was it the same?
No, you're finding different things.
Wait. Okay, so look. So I'm going to read this book once. Okay, I'm going to put it away. Okay. Then I'm going to read it again. So how's it different? Did the words change?
No,
did
but
the words change?
There's a message.
Did someone write
part
on
of,
it? Part
of the message is different to you.
So
hands up.
What did change?
You changed.
That's it. And that's the same thing with going to seminars, events, reading books. There's nothing that can compare to attending the live event. Nothing. This is a great first step. And it's a great gift, by the way. So we're going to give you the website here in a moment. In fact, I'm going to put up a button magically for you. Let's switch back to the book. And what you can do is go to this link. You'll see a button pop up right beneath the video. Or if you're watching this as a recorded version later after we're live, I'll give you control back.
Control.
Yes. So definitely it is the Proven Entrepreneur's Manifesto. You will eliminate limiting beliefs permanently. You can actually go through the very process that Terilee and I were discussing earlier in this book. It's got actual places for you to fill out. It's got like a study guide where you can actually write in the book. I know it's like taboo. Don't write in the book. Definitely write in this book. Fill out all the sections. It's experiential in its own right, and you will learn an amazing amount, and you will be able to transform your life just by reading this book. And then I encourage you to attend the live event, and you'll see more details about that. It's also the financial. You will get a financial freedom blueprint. In there is a blueprint to financial freedom in the book. It's yours. And also included, there are so many more things, but also the 5-step sales process. This is a amazing 5-step sales process in helping you to develop that rapport, to go through these 5 steps. By the time you're through them, the individual you are talking to will not feel like they've been sold to. They will feel like you are just there to help them, and they will ask you, well, how do I get this? Where do I sign? How much is it? Here's my card. And that's also in this book, and so much more. So what we like to do for you who came on tonight watching us live, we appreciate you all, is give you access to this free book. All you have to do is cover shipping. That's on the website. So there's the URL. You see it. It's bigboomfree.successacademynow.com. And on your live webinar, you should see that button right beneath us blabbing. If you can't see it, scroll down a little bit. Otherwise, just type in that URL and you can grab your copy of the book. Thank you, Mel.
Thank you, Mel.
Yes.
Well, Brian, I can't thank you enough for sharing about the 7 deadliest sins. I hope that for those who were listening live and those who listened to the recording, that you took notes, and that you maybe even made a note of some action steps you might like to take. Some of it may be grabbing the Big Boom book, joining us at an ER, or just really diving in and looking at what you're doing with your marketing. What are you doing with your systems, right? Just what can you do in the coming months to change the trajectory of what you're doing in your business and your life. So thank you, Brian Kelly.
Oh, thank you, Terilee.
It's an honor. It's great to be with you. And we just want to wish you all an amazing evening, amazing day. Thank you for your time. We know it's valuable.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Appreciate you.
We'll see ya.
Bye.